Hey guys, this is Odd One Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In today's video, I'm finally tackling one of my most hated dungeons that I've personally been stuck for quite a while because I guess I didn't have quite the key characters or I didn't invest in the right characters. And well, it's been over 2 or 3 weeks since I've been doing this, and the one that I'm talking about is going to be the Shrine of Storms, the Tarrasque boss, right? This boss is such a pain in the backside. If you don't have some specific mechanics to deal with, that it's just gonna make you want to pull your hair out, right? So I've honestly just been stuck at stage 3, and you're gonna see, because of that reason, in most of my videos that you've seen, if we look at my relics, I almost have no relics awakened, right? Just like a couple of stars, but then most of my relics have 0 awakenings, right? Or at least most of the important ones, and that's because of this boss being so difficult. Now, obviously I have some better legendaries and some better heroes in the team, but I chose to try and look around with it and try and, you know, just dumb it down a little bit. I have Gillian, which is kind of like, she's the MVP, because if you look over here, just shows you which are the best ones. Obviously, Claudius does a ton of attack gauge decrease. She's amazing. Gillian is amazing because not only does she boost your attack gauge, it pushes back the boss's attack gauge, brings good healing, she brings a ton of stuff. And then obviously, Clementine, for when it comes to rare, she's the best healer when it comes to like dealing with this boss with the attack gauge. Then you also have the attack speed decrease, which, well, of course we have Tristan, and he's gonna be in the team that I'm doing today. But let's quickly look at the boss's skills and see what he's all about. So he's all about attack speed, attack speed, attack speed, right? He just keeps getting attack speed, his arms on the side keep pushing his attack gauge up. Then you can see the other one, if we unlock the next one, which, let me see, that's I'm only doing stage 6, by the way. So stage 6, for stage 6 we only have one, and this one just charges the boss's attack gauge by 40%. Now the problem is the boss hits extremely hard as well, so you're gonna see everything that he has over here, right, that he does, but it's pretty much AoE hits based off of attack and attack speed. He has a ton of attack speed, puts shield on himself, then more damage, you know, it's a lot. But the thing that you need to keep in mind, and the thing that's most important in this fight, is going to be, let me see, which one is it? This passive over here, right? When hit by attack gauge decrease, 100% chance to decrease Tarrasque's attack gauge by 40%. So it doesn't matter if you bring just a 10% attack gauge decrease, he's gonna further have it decrease by 40%, which means the key mechanic in this fight is going to be pushing that attack gauge back, right? So we're gonna have at least one that's easy, everybody has, right, for free. That's gonna be Morgan, right? Because Morgan has that on her relic. On the fire one, she's gonna be the perfect element. Obviously, because the Tarrasque is Storm, you wanna bring fire to the fight. So the reason why Morgan is amazing, check this out. Her third skill, triple hit AoE with a 50% chance to decrease the attack gauge by 10%. So even if she procs this only once, that's 50% attack gauge of the boss going down. If she procs it twice, that's pretty much full attack gauge down for the boss, and that makes it amazing. Then the other one, which obviously is amazing, is Clementine. She does have 90% chance to push the attack gauge on her third skill, but then she also has on her second skill, every time she does that, she has a passive. Let me just show you. That's why I'm using her in the team. This one over here, when using skill 2, it's on a 1-turn cooldown because I have it skilled up. 70% chance to reduce the attack gauge by 20%. So another point that does that. And then honestly, the last two ones, it's I just put Tristan, and then I threw in here Lancelot just for his attack speed lead, right? Because what Lancelot brings is he has this one where he increases ally attack in all battles by 20%. Attack speed is king. But then apart from that, he's just, you know, he just does whatever. I don't even have him perfectly built. Just some random crit rate, crit damage. He's not ideally built. I just threw some gear on him for the sake of doing the event dungeon, and that's about it. You don't really need this one, right? Ideally, I would bring in Gillian, but I wanted to show that it works without Gillian. And at the same time, I want you to keep in mind, I've not perfectly built people for this, right? If I would have re-geared everybody, I'm raw and gold as you can see, but if I would have re-geared everybody for this team, obviously would have given them more speed, more effect accuracy, you know, more counterattacks and stuff like that. However, I wanted to just leave them as they is, just to try and, I guess, make it as relatable as possible, right? So again, keep in mind, Lancelot is not needed. If you have somebody else that brings you attack speed, that's going to be better. If you have somebody else instead of Lancelot that brings you that attack gauge decrease, then you're going to bring that as well, right? So it's all about having enough survivability, a little bit of damage, some attack gauge control, and then you should be pretty much good to go, right? It is going to be some RNG when you only have, like, for example, only Morgan and Clementine to do the attack gauge. You can see I got some bad RNG. It seems like this seems to be the theme for me lately. I just have the bad RNG. I don't it's like whenever I want to show it in a video, it just stuff does not work. However, I think I should still be able to do it, right? As long as I keep controlling the boss and everybody else doesn't die, I'm fine. As long as these three survive, this one should still be going just, you know, just okay. It shouldn't have an issue. There we go. A little bit of that good RNG, not just all the bad one. And slowly, I should be taking this boss down. Again, this is not perfectly tuned. This is just, you know, just threw some gear on them. It seems like this time I just had bad RNG where I didn't have those ones proc. Let me just close it and go back again. But again, I don't have those ones that do attack gauge. That was the thing. I don't have enough people built specifically for this. Obviously, for stage 6, you prefer to have somebody that, you know, you prefer to have people to 6-star. But normally you can go over here to negative effects on the filter, which is, let me just show you again. Behind me over here, if you click sort, you select over here, then you go to negative effects, scroll at the bottom, and you can go with attack gauge decrease, and it's going to show you who does that. You can see in my case, it's Gillian, Ban, Claudius, like I mentioned, you know, and then common two commons, and then also Kirden, I think is the name. Yeah, so there are several options of people that can do that. Now, I guess, let me just show you the team that I normally use, I guess, because I kind of, you know, I got Ban, obviously, and I'm using Ban because he's my best damage dealer, even though he's the wrong element for here, right? So my team normally is, what's her name? Gillian, then with Ban, then Morgan, and then Clementine, and this is what I go with, and I pretty much blast the boss. Now again, even for me, I could push to stage 7, but I would need to re-gear my people a little bit and give them more speed, because I'm going to show you the builds at the end, but the speeds are pretty low, right? I obviously need a ton more speed. When it went to Tristan, for example, earlier, he's not perfectly built. I don't think I re-geared Tristan since like over 3-4 weeks ago. I just gave him some speed gear a while back, and he's been in the same build ever since. But yeah, anyway, I guess let's see how this one goes. I think normally this one's pretty fast, right? Normally this one just goes pretty fast. I just get him killed pretty fast, because again, Bedivere does really good damage. And again, do keep in mind, for example, for this variation that I'm showing you, that he does not even have the fire relic, which you would prefer, which means he might just get killed, right? He might have some bad RNG, he might just get killed too early, and that might be a little bit tricky. I think I forgot to put a preset for Clementine though. Yeah, and this team specifically, I have Clementine only doing the second skill, Morgan always doing the second skill, Bedivere obviously second and first, and then Gillian always the second one, because these are the ones that, you know, do the most healing or do the most attack gauge control, and that's kind of like the goal. That's why this one almost failed. I was like, why does it look so bad? Oh yes, because I did not have Clementine only doing her second skill. Obviously, if you're gonna have more speed, so for example, if I'm gonna get more speed on my people, if I'm gonna rebuild them better, I can even have Morgan use her third skill as well, which brings us the damage taken increase, which means I'm gonna just kill it faster. Or once I'm gonna get my Morgan C3, it's gonna be so much better, because with C3, every time she does a hit, right, instead of just being the basic attack, she has that passive that puts defense down, and she also puts the what's it called, damage taken increase. Let me show you the passive that I'm talking about, because this is something that's game changing, in case you did not know, for Morgan, for anywhere in the game. So if you look at Chivalry 3, she changes Squall of Thorns activation condition to when attacking. That's what I'm saving this for. I want to get her C3, and let me show you what Squall of Thorn does. So pretty much if you skill it up, it goes on a 2-turn cooldown, right? And it says when using skill 1, this one's gonna be whenever, right? It doesn't matter, skill 1, skill 3, skill 2, this one's gonna happen. Inflicts defense decrease 2 for 2 turns, inflicts damage taken 3 for 2 turns, which means you're gonna do so much more damage, combined with this A2 with this second skill that keeps pushing the attack gauge down. That is gonna be insane. I'm quite sure I'm gonna be able to at least do 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 once I get that, with some more with some more stats. But if you look at the stats, let me show you what I meant, because like they're not perfectly, you know, not perfectly built. I mean, I do have 165 on her. I would prefer to obviously have a lot more. I would need, you know, I would prefer to have something like 200 plus attack speed and then over 50% effect accuracy for her to be in the right spot. For now, she's in Vigor plus critical. Ideally, I think I would prefer speed, or if I can keep Vigor and make this be on a, you know, high speed, then I would do that. And then Relic, you can see I have a couple of skill ups, and then her Relic, you can see 4-star level 50. Next one, they use Clementine, obviously her Fire one. I still need to level up. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This is only level 30. I would need this to be so much higher so that her heals are obviously going to be a lot higher as well. Also, I can awaken against stuff like that, but obviously I'm just farming it now. Then if we look at Clementine stats, again, not the best, speed's not the highest, HP not the highest, and effect accuracy is pretty low. I need to completely regear her, because right now she's only built for some HP. I need to rebuild her to give her like 50% effect accuracy, but you can see what I'm using for now for stage 6, and it works. Then if we look at, not Anguish, the next one was in the team Gillian. Gillian is again in Vigor and some effect accuracy. She's pretty decent build, but not the best. Decent attack speed, decent effect accuracy. Obviously I would prefer her again to be higher, and then some survivability. Then when we look at Relics, she's level 55 star, no skill ups over here. I do have skill ups in her passive, because these are the crazy ones, right? Chance to trigger attack gauge push. This one's chance to do, you know, this is a normal status, doesn't matter for this fight. And then this one, chance to push our attack gauge. So, you know, there's so many things that, you know, that's so many things she does in this fight. Gillian's just amazing for this fight. And then I guess the last one, Bedivere, just... this one's skilled up, he's full on smash, 55 relic, and then when it comes to equipment, he's running attack and counter. You can see his total stats. You know, I can definitely improve. Like this attack, I can try and get to 4,000-5,000, and as much as I can. But yeah, I guess that pretty much covers it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this is helpful, and I hope it kind of explains and shows to you what this Tarrasque is all about and why it's such a pain in the backside. It's because it's all about... oh yeah, this is why I guess it was tricky. I didn't have the right relic. That's why it was also going wrong, because I was using the wrong relic for this fight. But yeah, anyway. Thank you all for watching, guys. As always, if you're not supporting somebody as a content creator, there's a link in the description. I would really appreciate it if you did that. It helps me a ton. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked, and you may prove worthy of your legacy.